and consultant from the UK. I have been in Doha for about 2 years now, and I have an interest in diabetes and dermatology, if medically, and I have also been developing an interest in life coaching. So I do a lot of well-being coaching, leadership coaching, and I am also a certified Neuro-Linguistic Program practitioner. So I'm an NLP practitioner. So today's talk, I've been invited to talk about stress and COVID. So I thought about it long and hard, and I thought, where do we begin? You know, where do we actually start unraveling all of this? So for me, and I'm gonna ask everybody to use the chat box as a mean of communication. I want to keep it quite interactive and open. So please use the chat box, share emotions, share experiences. We are all gonna learn from one another. And this whole hour that we have, first of all, I want to say thank you for dedicating it to yourself, because the most precious asset you have in life is time, and you've chosen to spend it on yourself. So thank you. And thank you for giving me that respect and honor to be here today with you and share that journey with you. So let's open it up and turn it on the way you guys want to do it. So today what we're going to do is we are going to talk about focus. And what we're going to talk about is the state that you choose to show up in your life. Okay, so by state, I mean who you are today, who you were yesterday, and who you choose to be tomorrow. So that is your state. So your state is made up by a triangle. Okay, so focus is the top bit of the triangle. Either side of the triangle is your well-being and your sovereign, which is your inner leader. So all three elements impact your state: how you are today, how you were yesterday, and how you will be tomorrow. So we need to look at all of them. Today, we are going to look at one arm, which is the top bit, which is focus. So what you focus on is what you get. Okay, that is the topic today. What you focus on is what you get. So the aim of the presentation today and our talk today is to explore that, expand it, and evolve it. Okay. So before we go any further, how's everyone coming into the meeting today? You can share it into the chat box. How's everyone coming in? Stressed, happy, energetic, full of energy? What's going on? Happy and grateful, Justin. Yep. Yeah, Ira's still in the office. Thank you, Ira, to actually, fit us in during your office times. Yeah, happy and stressful, brilliant. So as you're coming in right now, just recognize how you're coming in. And what do you need to leave behind? What do we need to leave outside of this time that we have in order to allow it to serve us for what we have and really engage? So just anything that's coming up that you need to leave behind, just park it, shove it out of the room. It's not going to serve us in the moment that we're here. Okay, and as you recognize that, okay, I'm going to put behind the day, I'm going to put behind the pickup, the drop-off of the kids, the online learning, whatever's been happening, I'm leaving that out, okay? So I invite everybody just to take a deep breath as we're here today, and just breathe in nice and deep through your nose, all the way to your belly, and breathe out slowly through your mouth. And again, nice deep breath in, all the way to your belly, and then breathe out slowly through your mouth. And what you're doing is you're just creating a state of relaxation, a state of calmness, and a state of peace. That is what we're trying to do, and you've done it just by taking that nice deep breath in, all the way to your belly, and just breathing out through your mouth. So as we come into this meeting, there's something really important that we need to talk about. And I'm going to address it as the elephant in the room. Okay? And I'm sure we've all got an elephant in the room. So I'm going to talk about my elephant in the room, and I want you to share yours. Okay? So the elephant in the room right now has so many different features and so many different layers. So let's start off with the pandemic. Okay. March, I think it was March 11th, when we were actually kind of told, oh, lockdown, lockdown, COVID is here. No one knew what Corona was, what was happening. We all had our Easter break planned. We were all going to go on holidays, and boom, we got hit with lockdown. So that was my start of my elephant. So the pandemic, the current times that we're living in, the way of life, the frustrations, the uncertainty, the helplessness. I haven't seen my family for a year, and I'm sure a lot of you are in the same situation where we haven't traveled in this 8 months that we've been here. So for me, it's been a roller coaster ride, and my elephant is there. It's there staring at me. And it's coming at me from so many different angles. I would say I've got work. So as a doctor, dealing with the uncertainty of the pandemic itself, the exposure risk, the isolation, the management, the treatment. What are we going to do? You know, 1 minute something is going to save us and it's going to change the world, and next minute it's dangerous and it's taken off the prescribing list and we shouldn't be using it. So all of that, then the kids, the homeschooling, the online learning, the night terrors. I know my kids have had night terrors, the crying at night, waking up in the middle of the night, not sleeping, not burning enough energy, watching too much TVs. The list goes on forever. So as I share that with you, I'm sure it's kind of resonated with a lot of you with regard to your elephant. So I invite you to share in the chat box. If you have an elephant, what is your elephant saying to you right now? What is your elephant bringing up for you emotionally? What challenges do you see for yourself? And you can open your mic if that's easier, or you can write. So that's a really powerful one, May, to share. Depression. Thank you, May, for being so honest and sharing that. Uncertainty, yeah. Yeah, taking care of kids who are scared and worried. I know my 5-year-old, when the pandemic broke out, kept saying to me, Mommy, we're all going to die. And I was like, oh, okay, how do I deal with that? So I know exactly where you're coming from with that. And actually saying, and now she says to me, when you're 100, you will die. And I'm like, yeah, if I make it to 100, but yeah, that's fine. You're giving me 100. So dealing with that uncertainty and the impatience that comes with it, yeah. So I love that, the sharing of emotions. So impatience, what does that mean? Impatience, just recognizing yourself in the moment that you share that. What does impatience bring up for you? And now that you're actually seeing your elephant right now in front of you, the anxiety that the elephant is creating, the uncertainty, how big is it? Hopeful. Lovely. Yeah. What do you choose to put in it? And I know sometimes when we've done this exercise, some people think, oh, it's too big, I can't do anything with it. But if you felt right now in this moment you could do something with the elephant, what would you do? Or what can you do? Because I know some people say, I can go under it, I can go over it, I can kick it out of the room, or actually it's static, I can't do anything with it. Yeah, face it. So when you face it, what happens? And some of you may feel like, I'm not quite there yet. I'm not quite at that point where I can face it. I need a couple of more steps, and that's absolutely perfect. Whatever state you're in right now is absolutely perfect for you. And the fact that you've shown courage to actually see your elephant for what it is brilliant, strong, resilient work. And when you face it, you give yourself a chance to move in a positive direction. The first step to positivity, and it's an important step. So what you're saying there, and I hope I'm hearing it correctly and reading it correctly, is focus. What it gives you is time and space to pick your focus. The elephant is not driving your focus anymore. You're driving it. And I like that. Try not to annoy him because he will destroy everything. So how big is that elephant? How much energy have you put into that elephant? How much time, how much attention have you given for it to become so big that it can destroy everything around you? And remember, it's a choice. It's a choice that you make in this moment. How much you feed it, how much love you give it, how much time you give it, how much attention you give it. Yeah. So when you don't know what you need to focus on, maybe the first thing that we need to focus on is ourselves. When things seem like they're going to be spiraling out of control and you're not able to get on top of this annoying elephant and you don't want to annoy it, you just want to leave it alone, even that is a choice. But remember, when you leave it alone, it's still there in the background. So it's not going away. You're not taking charge. You're still aware that it's there in the background. You don't want to ruffle the feathers as such, right? Not that elephants have feathers, but you know, the metaphor of just letting it be. So as you see your elephant and you recognize how much you've given to the elephant and how much the pandemic has actually taken from you, and as you allow that to just settle in with you, and just take a deep breath again, breathing that in, just recognizing where you are, what state you're in right now, and where your focus is. There are a few realizations that come to light. What are you realizing as you put yourself in this situation? How much energy, how much time, how much attention has gone in to this current mindset that you're in? What are you learning? I know right now, as I take that deep breath in and I face my elephant and I see it, I realize nothing is forever. Nothing is forever. And the elephant has actually taught me a lesson. It's taught me to build resilience. You know, even though it's there and it doesn't serve me right now for where I am in my life, it's taught me that life goes on. I can be who I want to be, even with having it in the background. And having it in the background, it's my choice how big it is or how small it is. I choose what I do with it. And actually, COVID has given us something. I know some of you are gonna say, what can COVID give us? But if you look at COVID in the sense that it's given us time, it's given us the ability to just take a step back from the hamster wheel. You know, we were all on this hamster wheel, running around day to day, chasing ourselves. And actually, we can actually look at ourselves in the mirror and say, do I actually like the person I am? Do I actually know me? How can I give to my kids when I don't give to myself? How can I give to my job the 100% that I have when I actually am not giving it to myself? What are my beliefs? Who am I? What is my belief system? What are my limiting beliefs? What's holding me back from being my true best self? That is what COVID can give you if you allow it to give you that. The passion, the drive, the time, the energy, the reflection, to see the sovereign within you. So the power that lies within you. How many of us actually have time to sit back before COVID and actually take that time out and say, oh my God, what is going on? And as I say that, it comes back to the point of being kind to me. I need to be kind to myself. If I'm kind to myself, if I value my time, if I honor myself, then I spread that love as from within, around me. I spread it. So you become the center point because the focus lies with you. The energy lies with you. And as I sit back and I see what we've just kind of discussed in the last 10, 20 minutes, I feel like there's immense growth, even in the 20 minutes of learning, that we've all kind of brought our elephant up. We've questioned it, we've questioned where we are with it, what we want to do with it. And I propose to you, right now, in this moment, what are 3 learnings that you want to leave behind right now that have come to light for you? 3 things that have come to light for you. And some of you have put some in there that actually, you know, the media doesn't serve you, social apps don't serve you. So actually coming away from watching the news over and over again. So not wasting your time and energy doing that and focusing that time and energy on something else. So 3 things that you feel right now, as you've actually seen your elephant for what it is, where you are, that don't serve you, and you know that will not serve you moving forward in your life. And again, I invite you to share it in the chat box to support one another's learning. What can we leave behind as we move forward in the next hour, 40 minutes? I know for me, the helplessness, the frustration, and the uncertainty, I think, are 3 for me that I think I want to leave behind. So frustration, yep, that's coming up. And again, if you don't share this, that's absolutely perfect. I want you to just take note of it for yourself. Whether you write it down or you make a mental note, 3 things that don't serve you in your life right now that you think, yep, you know what, I don't need this in my life. I'm leaving that. And as you look at your life moving forward, what do you want to explore as you move forward? Yeah, anxiety, leave that behind. We don't want to take that with us as we move forward. What do you want to take right now as you think, right, I'm in the driving seat. I know where I am. What am I going to take forward into my life as I'm now learning about my state and I'm learning about my focus? So as I'm learning about my state and my focus, what do I want to explore as I move forward in my life? So family is an investment, time, laughter. Laughter is an investment. So you're investing that in yourself, that would be amazing. So I'm just allowing that to kind of sit with everyone. Yeah, be always ready. And again, remember, what are you always ready for? Because that will determine your focus. If you're always ready for, a state of crap, this is going to happen. What am I going to do? Then that is your state. That is the way you're going to show up in your life. That is what the energy that people are going to see on you, that is what you'll filter. So when you say be always ready, just be mindful of what you actually mean by be always ready Ready for what? Yeah. So, as Laura says, explore hobbies, interests, get to know the kids a bit better. Yeah. So, good examples, good leaders, good workshops. So, just following that through is important. And what this leads on to is beautifully what we're talking about, which is focus. So, which is the topic. Is your glass half empty or is your glass half full? It's a choice you have. What you focus on is what you get. Energy flows where focus goes. Remember that. So wherever your focus goes, that's where your energy will flow. So when I say glass half empty, glass half full. If, for example, you can visualize or you can draw in this moment a cup or a glass, and say, as you draw that cup or a glass, what is filling your emotional cup right now? What are you putting inside that? What emotions are going inside your glass or your cup? And just be mindful of what words are coming up. You know, most people would go to, yeah, perfect. That's beautiful. Hope, love, positivity. That is beautiful. What else? Other people where you think, right now, or before I came in here, what was I actually putting in my cup? What emotions were in my cup? Fear, shame, guilt, anger, hurt, or hope, positive vibes, love, energy, peace, calmness. You know, what do you choose to put inside your cup? All. Okay, that's a big cup. A big glass you've got there. Yeah, you can put all of them in. And the next question is, yeah, peace and calm and hope in Almighty. Brilliant. So as you put that in, and some of us may have cups that actually have some emotions in them that don't serve us. And acknowledge them. Don't push them to the back of your mind. Acknowledge them. Bring them. Don't let them be a blind spot. Bring it forward. What are those emotions? Because they're not serving you in the moment that you're in. So let's face them. What are we putting in our cup? And as you see them for what they are and you're putting them in your cup, how is each emotion being expressed in your life? How are you expressing each one of those emotions? How are you expressing peace? How are you expressing calm? How are you expressing hope? And this is important. You can do this with your kids, you know? You can go back and you can do this exercise with your partners, with your kids. That is a challenging question, yeah. And that's the emphasis of the talk today is I'm so glad it resonated with you on a challenging level. That means you're thinking from your body and not your mind. The challenge is there and the challenge is yours. You make the choice what you do with the challenge, whether you embrace it or you fight it. Your choice. You embrace that challenge, you explore those feelings, the emotions, how they're being expressed. Because remember, how you're trying to express them or how they are actually overspilling from your cup is how you're showing up in the world. That is your state. That is your focus. Yeah. By being kind to myself and everyone around. Trying not to overthink. Waiting for another day without the virus. What's happening in the moment that you're waiting? Are you embracing that moment? Are you enjoying that moment? Are you making the most of that moment for what it is? Because remember, time is the biggest asset you have. Once it's gone, it's gone. It never comes back. So I just want everybody to just hold on to that, take that away as a learning, and explore it. Explore it for yourself. So that's a really good question. Which one is a good choice for our current situation? Embrace or run? What do you think? What do you think? What is a good choice for you in this moment? Embracing it or running? If you embrace it, what do you gain? If you're running, what does it cost you? So someone asked, what are you proposing when a person can't do anything? You don't have a choice. You just can wait. Even by saying that, you've made a choice. Recognize your language that you choose to use. And that is that just by saying, what can you do? You don't have a choice. You just can wait. Well, actually, that is a choice. And you've actually made that choice. And again, that comes back to focus. And again, what I'm saying is not easy. However, the fact that everybody's engaging and listening means that everybody wants to do it. And everybody has the capability to do it. So I'm going to give you a little bit of science now. So in terms of everything we've talked about and what we've done, we've actually created processes and ways of thinking that were actually not there before the session, or created some form of feeling or emotion that wasn't there. So the way the brain is wired up is that we have a reticular activating system, which basically stores our memories, our emotions, and it's our bank of resources. So that is our go-to when we are recalling happiness, we are recalling stress, we are recalling success. So it cannot tell the difference between reality and imagination. So a picture captures a million emotions or a million moments in it, right? So that's what your brain does. It captures it all, it saves it, it stores it. And that is what happens when you are living through something similar, or you will go through a similar event. Your to go to is that particular mechanism that you've already learned. So it's learned behavior, it's pattern recognition, right? That is what happens. So when you are in a negative state, your brain is not going to create a new way of actually going to a negative state. It's going to go to what it already knows, and what it already knows and what it already has learned. And that's what it is. So what happens when you actually sit down and you think about the day, or you focus on the good, you allow good energy to flow. When we did the breathing exercise, what you actually did in that moment is slow everything down in your body. So when you slow everything down in your body, you slow your heart rate down, you slow your breathing down, you slow your thinking down, you bring everything down slowly. What that does is it brings in your vagal tone, which brings in your parasympathetic nervous system, which is all about slowing everything down. Okay, bringing in, slowing everything down, allowing the endorphins and the serotonin in your body to flow freely. And that is what we did in that moment. I'm sure some of you felt it in that moment as you park the day. That's what happens, and that's what we did. So what I'm saying to you is, be careful with regard to recognizing your patterns. The language you choose to use for yourself is learned behavior, and you store that, it's stored. So when you say, I can't do this, or I'm not going to be able to achieve this, well, that's limiting beliefs that you have about yourself already. You haven't even stepped onto the platform. You haven't even put yourself out there. Already you said, I can't do it. And this is a time where COVID has taught us so much about ourselves, where, you know, is it important for us to go back in our shell, or is it important for us to actually, when we're in our shell, to explore our shell? What's actually in my shell, you know? Where did this come from? What happened here? Why am I thinking like this? Why is everything I can't? So just be mindful of the language you choose. And I promise you, if you actually start to listen to yourself, you will, and just rephrase it. So I might do this. I'm going to try. No, I'm not going to try. I'm doing this. I am going to be positive. I am going to be happy. I am grateful. I am a little grateful. Or I can't really do this because I'm really busy. Or I can't really push myself there. Change your language and you will see the doors that you open, because what that does is it creates new pathways, new neuronal pathways. Your brain is processing it, thinking, hang on a minute, why is Justin talking to me like that? Or why is Diana talking to me like that? What's happening? Oh, that's a new way. It's a shift. It's a focus. Shifting your focus, shifting your state, shifting your well-being, and allows your inner leader to actually grow. So recognize your focus, recognize your patterns. It's a choice. So I propose to you in this moment, in your reality, as you recognize your focus, you recognize your patterns. What if you were able to say to yourself, and you are able to say to yourself, your worst day can be your best day? I know some of you are thinking, she's gone crazy. I'm just going to pull my hair out. She has no clue what she's talking about right now, right? In this moment. But imagine it. Imagine a scenario, and you can all, visualize an event or a time in your life where you had a really, really crap day, right? Really full-on day. And now looking back at it, take the emotions out, take the drama out, take everything else around out of it. And where you are right now in your life, and you just look at it and you think, what actually happened to me in that moment that I've actually taken away with me? What was the learning in that? What was the growth in that for me? What was the wisdom in that for me that actually serves me today when I take everything else out? Yep. Science does back up language and perception. So it's neuro-linguistic programming. Someone asked the question. So NLP works very closely to the way you store your memories, the language that you use, and the program patterns that you've put into yourself through learned behavior. And what NLP does is it defines that for you and allows you to see them for what they are and then reprogram them. It's easy. Actually, once you actually figure it out, it's actually easy and it's not that difficult. And actually what you realize is what we just did in this moment is we've actually been doing a lot of it already. And a lot of you are probably thinking, I never knew this. Oh, is it possible? Can I do this? Was I really feeling this? So NLP is neuro-linguistic programming. Okay, so it's based around the way you think, the way you feel, the way you talk to yourself, the way you choose to show up in the world, and what you bring to your life, to your loved ones around you. So it's used a lot in, for example, leadership coaching is used a lot. When executives are going into big heated meetings, big goals, dealing with uncertainty, how you actually change your lens naturally, transform your thinking to open, or actually transform your thinking to see the light at the end of the tunnel, or to actually open your horizon. It's a choice that you have. So that's what it does. So right now, with everything that we've done, and I know we've covered a lot, and we've done a lot of deep work, I ask you in this moment to share, what do you choose? a highway to stress or a dirt road to happiness? So what is your choice? Moving forward, what do you want? Dirt road to happiness. But remember, as you say that, the reason why I said it in that way is the dirt road to happiness is not easy. It requires a lot of love, a lot of attention, a lot of time, a lot of energy. So the state that you choose to show up in determines which road you're on. If you are frustrated, you are anxious, you are, negative, just like a bottle about to pop, then that's your dirt road to happiness. If you take that time out and you take the pressure off the bottle and you say, okay, I got this. What am I going to do? I'm grateful for what I have in my life right now. What is around me that I'm thankful for? I'm patient. Yes, there are lots of bumps, but and it's a choice that you make how big the bumps are and what actually you put onto your dirt road. Are you going to put flowers on either side? Are you going to have trees? Are you going to smooth it out? Again, it comes back to you because the power lies within you. And why do you choose the one you have? Why have you chosen the road to happiness or the highway to stress? What is feeding the choice you have made? Yeah. So what is feeding the choice that you made? Yeah. Thank you for saying it's a tough question, because it is a really tough question. Because we can quite superficially say, I want the dirt road to happiness. But what is actually feeding your need for that dirt road? And look at it closely. Look at whichever option you've chosen closely. Where are you right now in that journey? And some of us, like me, may actually go between the two roads. Sometimes I'm on the highway to stress because my life is just busy, 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 and I have to remind myself to come off the highway. And I literally put the brakes on mentally and I just said, I'm not doing it. I need time out. And that's when I feed my dirt road to happiness. And I just sit back, I breathe, I take in everything around me. And again, it puts me into that state of compassion, love, gratitude, and allows my focus to come back to my core, which is me. If I'm not 100%, how can I expect everybody else around me to be 100%? So my perspective and love for me has to be clear for me in the moment that I'm in. And COVID has thrown everything up in the air because we've never had to think this deeply before. We were quite happy living in our bubbles, planning our holidays, taking our time off work, dropping the kids off, bringing the kids back, doing what we had to do. COVID just put a stop to everything. And, some of us have lost loved ones. Some of us haven't seen family. Some of us have lost jobs. We have uncertainty of income. Some of us have actually been through COVID itself. So how do we bring that back to ourselves? And someone asked the question of how do you balance the focus to oneself without being selfish? But what do you define as being selfish? That is the question. What is selfish? What are your boundaries for yourself? What do you put in to you that then you give out to others? Yeah. Sometimes what appears to be a setback helps reset the button. Hence, Justin, when I asked the question, can the worst day of your life be the best day of your life? Because sometimes you need that to happen in order for that reset button to take place. Otherwise, it probably wouldn't. So, focus is feeling. Words create feelings. Kindness creates feeling. Giving creates feeling. Receiving creates feeling. Okay? So as you breathe, and I'd invite everybody just take a deep breath in again, and just say to yourself, focus is feeling. Words create feelings. How am I talking to myself? How am I talking to others around me? Kindness creates feelings. Am I kind? Am I kind to me? Or am I so focused on being kind to others that I don't have the feelings that I need for me? Giving. Am I giving back to everybody around me, to others that need it there? Receiving creates feeling. And self-care is key, definitely. The journey starts from within. And as you accept the gift of power right now and the tools to shift your focus, what happens when you change that lens? When you actually accept the fact that, yeah, I got this, I can do this. Yeah, she talks a lot. Yeah, she's gone on a lot. However, what she said to me has really resonated that, you know what, I can control this. I can do what I want with my journey of life. What happens when you change the lens? What are you learning? What are you learning as you accept the power of changing the lens? You've changed your focus. You've changed your reality. And what commitments are you making to that right now? Yeah. What commitments are you willing to make to this newfound love, power, energy, focus, state, well-being? What are you doing to it? I need potty. I need potty. Sorry, my daughter came in. The joys of working from home, right? So, as you've found this new focus that influences your state, that influences your well-being, and it influences your sovereign, your inner leader. So, actually, the power lies in the tip of the triangle, the focus. It controls everything. It filters down. It's not up. It's not down to up. It's actually the other way around. So how do you choose to show up? How do you choose to show up today? How do you choose to show up in a week, in a month, in 6 months, in a year? Yeah, the human mind can take on anything. And what you believe is what you believe. And if you believe in yourself, what you notice is your beliefs become stronger and more. So actually you become more energized. And if you commit to take it day by day, that's perfect. That's perfect for you in the state you are right now. Some people may think, you know what, I'm ready to make a commitment for the year. I'm ready to make a commitment for 6 months. I'm willing to change something in myself that I want to actually take forward with myself. Like I said at the start, what are you leaving behind with the elephant? And it's up to you what you pack up with the elephant and what you take away from today. It's your choice. And everybody's will be different because we are all different. However, we are all resourceful. So none of us are broken. We all carry the tools to fix ourselves. It's within us. Okay. So right now in your life, the learning, take control, don't be controlled. Steer your ship. Manage you, don't be managed. Be kind to yourself. Believe. And the biggest lesson that you walk away with, and I would actually invite all of you to walk away with this lesson, is to break your patterns, to recognize your patterns. Just hear yourself when you talk, when you think, or when you feel things. Feel your emotions. You know, see actually what was happening here? What am I doing? So, from what we've talked about, and thank you so much for your time, everyone. What I want to leave you guys with is newfound energy, newfound focus, which is new habits. So, commitment to new habits, kind words, kind emotions for self. Shift the equilibrium. Shift it. Don't be scared. Might be a bit turbulent, but shift it. Create those new patterns. And the most important thing, change your story. If your story is not serving you, change it. Keep growing. Life is all about growing. Thank you so much for your time today. And I really hope you guys have found it useful and it's helped just calm everybody down in this current situation that we're in. And life is learning. So we are all learning together. Thank you.
Dr. Lubna, thank you. Thank you so much. I think everyone can take something from it. And if everyone wants to get off, you can get off your microphone. If you want to say thank you personally to Dr. Lubna, go ahead right now, if you like.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Very insightful.
Thank you, Diane.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks.
For this push. Thank you for this push today.
Thank you. And you know, the funny thing is, all of you have created a neuronal shift. So all of you have done NLP work right now with the metaphors, with the visualizations that we did, and the commitments. So actually, this process is going to continue with you. And it's your choice how powerful you make it. I've planted the seed. It's your choice whether you water it or whether you ignore it.
Well said. Well said. Diana,
Thank
do you
you,
have
Dr.
anything
Lubna.
as we go?
Thank you.
And I wonder if you are a family medicine doctor or psychologist.
No, I'm actually a doctor. I know I talk a lot, but I'm a family medicine consultant, and I have an interest in. I mean, I do family medicine, but my special interest is diabetes, weight loss, and dermatology, and obviously mindfulness.
Dr. Lubna, if you send us like your information, contact information, once I post this to our newsletter and let all the families know, maybe there's some individuals who can contact you, directly.
So I'll send you my email address.
Yes.
And if anyone is struggling or anyone is having any difficulties right now, please do reach out to me.
Yes.
I'm happy to support. And if I can make a difference in your life, I'm grateful for that.
All right. Yeah. So make sure you send that to either myself or Deanna. I think that'll be helpful. A lot of families are dealing with this COVID, and it's not easy. We had a rocky start to our school year as well, in terms of academically trying to figure everything out. And so I'm sure that contributed somewhat, but there's other things too outside of the school, outside of everything. So yeah.
Definitely, and especially with kids right now, it's really hard.
Dr. Lubna Clinic's TIMC is highly recommended.
Yes.
So if you want
Yeah.
Okay.
go to a good medical clinic, that's her place.
All right. All right.
There you go. Free publicity there. That's
I know,
good.
right?
Thank you for that.
That's
Thank
true.
you.
That's true. All right.
Thank
Well,
you,
I
guys.
think I'm going to shut it down at this moment. Thank you, everyone who's remaining that is here. We'll get the information for you for Dr. Lubna. Maybe it could help you or someone else in your network as well. I appreciate Dr. Lubna. I might reach out to you personally, just to pick your brain on certain things. Deanna, thank you again for setting this up. And to Julie Jeffries as well. She's not here right now, but thank you for her. Very thankful for her help with this. Thank you, everyone.
Guys.
See you
Thank
later.
you
All
very
right.
much.
All
Bye.
right. Bye.
Bye.